Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Wild Pitch. On this channel, we're going to be bringing you some extraordinary countdowns from the world of baseball. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and jam that notification bell to make sure you catch a good pitch each time we drop a new video. Now, on today's episode, we're going to be counting down our top 10 picks for the worst calls in MLB history. Stay glued to your screens as we've loaded up the absolute worst calls in baseball on this list. Don't go anywhere. Be sure to watch till the end because we've got some juicy mentions on this one. So let's relive these terrible calls, shall we? Starting us off at number 10 is Ron Gant, who was pretty much carried off of first base after he got back to the bag.
And a hit to left by Gant. And Lonnie's trying. They're going to get him perhaps. He's safe. And now Gant gets back to first, and he's out.
The Twins' first baseman, Kent Hrbek, tagged Gant after he successfully got back to first. The problem here is that as Hrbek is falling back, he decides to pull Gant off the bag as the ump is watching, and he still caught him out. It's been 31 years since this entanglement, and I'm pretty sure for the Atlanta fans that remember this, they're probably not over this call. This horrendous call didn't lose the series for the Braves, but it did kill a rally, and if you've played baseball before, you know how important it is to have momentum, especially in such a big series like the World Series. Coming in at number 9 on our list today is A.J. Pierzynski's swing and miss against the Angels in the 9th inning of the ALCS with 2 outs.
Escobar, another strikeout.
After the umpire had appeared to make an out call, Pierzynski still ran to first. This resulted in him reaching first base safely on a drop third strike. Now, this was a pivotal point in this game because if Pierzynski is called out, the Angels get off the field and force extra innings. Instead, the White Sox pinch run, Pablo Osuna, ended up in a stolen base, and now the Sox have a runner in scoring position and are just a hit away from walking off Game 2 of the 2005 ALCS. After just 2 pitches, Joe Crede, the third baseman for the Sox, delivers a walk-off double for the win. Keeping the countdown going at number 8, we have the Adam Rosales double.
Hit well, left center field. Going back is Stubbs at the wall. It is off the top of the wall.
Rosales, who was up for the A's in the top of the 9th, with his team down by 1 and 2 outs, got into a pitch that was clearly hit over the high left field in Cleveland. Initially, the umps had ruled the hit a double off the wall. Now remember, the rule for it to be a home run, the ball has to clear the yellow line, not hit it. Funny thing is that the replay clearly shows the ball hitting a railing past the wall before it ever bounces back onto the field. After the umps had reviewed the play, they still came out and ruled the obvious home run as a double. This call was so bad even the home team started to boo. What's the point of replaying it? Jeez. I know you're enjoying this countdown, but before we move on, click the like button and subscribe to our channel for more entertaining content on America's pastime. And wait till you see who claims the number 1 spot. For our number 7 spot on the list, we give you Aderlton Simmons' infield fly rule.
Simmons, fly ball, shallow left. Back is Cosma. He'll take it. He'll call. Oh, it's going to drop. It falls. In the wild card game against the St. Louis Cardinals, the Braves have had some pretty bad calls against them. The Ron Gant call might be debatable depending on what team you're a fan of. But this call was terrible, regardless of what team you like. With Atlanta trailing in the bottom of the 8th by 3, Simmons hits a ball that lands just between the shortstop, who ran deep into left field, and the left fielder. What looked to be like a perfectly placed ball has ruled an infield fly, which would result in an automatic out for Simmons. The infield fly rule still allows any runners on base to be on their own. The runners were still able to go from first and second to second and third. Great, now you have 2 runners in scoring position, but the Braves should have had bases loaded with just 1 out. As I mentioned before, plays or rulings like this can kill a team's momentum. After the fans had trashed the field, hit one of the umps for one of those small liquor bottles, the ruling was still upheld and the Braves were shortly eliminated from the postseason in a game that ended 6-3. Number 6 on the countdown goes to Matt Holliday.
The Colorado Rockies left fielder slid headfirst into home plate on a bang-bang play, but never made contact with the plate.
Holliday, the throw to the plate, he is!
And you guessed it, he was called safe. Holliday scored the winning run in the 163rd game of the season, which would propel the Rockies into the NLDS, NLCS, and ultimately the World Series, where they lost to the Red Sox in a series sweep. Starting off the top 5 on this countdown is Livan Hernandez. The Marlins A's fanned 15 hitters in Game 5 of the 1997 NLCS, which is still a league championship series record. Now, if you don't remember this game, then you're probably asking what terrible call or calls were made.
Did he get him? The 2 lead. Strike 3, his 11th.
At least 5 of these 15 Ks were framed inside of the right-handed batter's box. After the game was over, Eric Gregg, who was the home run ump for this game, should have just celebrated with Livan. Congratulations to Livan, but some of those strike 3 calls were atrocious. Moving on. Dropping in on the countdown at number 4, we have the blown call during the Pittsburgh Pirates versus Atlanta Braves 19-inning game.
McCutcheon and a ground ball to third, breaking for the plate, the throw, and they got him! No! He called him safe! He called him safe!
With runners on second and third and 1 out, a ground ball is hit to Pedro Alvarez, the third baseman, who immediately throws home to stop the winning run from scoring. When the throw beats the runner by a mile and a sweep tag is applied to the runner's legs, Jerry Meals still calls Julio Lugo safe. Meals went on to say that the runner looked like he OLED'd the catcher, and he called him safe for that. We're getting close to our top 3, and I'm sure you can't wait to see what we have for you. But let's do a quick recap, shall we? So at number 10, we had Ron Gant, who was carried off of first base. We had A.J. Pierzynski at number 9, reaching on what was ruled as a called third strike. We have Adam Rosales at number 8, who was robbed of a blatant home run. At number 7, we have Aderlton Simmons, who was called out on the infield fly rule. And of course, Matt Holliday comes in at number 6 with a winning slide that never made contact with home plate. Livan Hernandez sits at number 5, striking out 15 hitters with a little help from the home plate umpire. And at number 4, we have the Pirates-Braves game that ended after 19 innings with a blown call at the plate. At number 3, we have Jeffrey Maiers, the young fan who reached over the wall for Derek Jeter's home run in Game 1 of the 1996 ALCS.
And 2 runners in both the 5th and the 6th. In right field, Tarasco going back to the track, to the wall. And what happens here? He contends that
Maiers unintentionally became a hero that night. After being played so many times, it's clear as day that Maiers indeed reached over the wall and on the playing field to attempt catching a souvenir. Even with how the ball was descending, it looked like it would have hit the wall first. But regardless, a single or a double off the wall will always be preferred over a home run by the team on defense. Our number 2 spot goes to Joe Nathan, who ended a tight game on a disputed call.
Sizzle game and come set. The 3-2 pitch.
This save marked Nathan's 300th career save, but looking at this clip over, the catcher really didn't even try to frame the pitch. It had to have landed in the right-handed batter's box. I mean, really, this pitch was nowhere near the strike zone. Low and outside would be an understatement, but take a look for yourself. Okay, drum roll please. Our list has featured some pretty atrocious calls, but the one that takes our number 1 spot goes to Armand Galarraga. Where do you even start? Galarraga was on the verge of completing a perfect game when the first base umpire, Jim Joyce, called Jason Donald safe on a ground ball to the first baseman.
Ground ball, right side. Cabrera will cut it off. Galarraga covers. He's out. No, he's safe. He is safe.
I mean, this has to be the worst call ever in MLB history. With a chance to cement your name in baseball immortality in all 8 2/3 of perfection was for nothing. It's been 12 years since the blown call, and it still takes the pie as the worst call in MLB history. So do you like our picks? Which one do you think was the worst? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more interesting baseball countdowns. Till the next episode, we'll see you right here on Wild Pitch.